Sciatica refers to pain in the region of the sciatic nerve. You know, it's the thickest nerve that is present in our bodies. This pain is typically the one that starts around the lower back, goes down the hip, radiates down to the back of the thigh, and sometimes can even go down the back of the calf muscles till our heels. There can be many causes for this kind of pain. The sciatic nerve can be irritated by a herniated disc in the lower back or a bone spur in the lower back. In that case, we would need certain lower back stretches to get rid of the pain. The second cause can be the nerve being trapped right in the center of our hip in a muscle called the piriformis. For that, we need to stretch the piriformis muscle. Sometimes the nerve can simply be irritated because the back of the thigh, the hamstring muscles are extremely tight. There are a set of certain exercises which are called nerve flosses, which is basically like how you take a floss and you do a dental flossing with a thread in between different gaps in your teeth. In a similar manner, the nerve can be flossed or just moved and mobilized a little in its whole passage from the lower back down till the back of the knee. So we will see certain particular moves that are specifically for sciatic nerve flossing, which can help release the pain in the sciatic nerve region called sciatica in an extremely effective manner. Yes, if you have a little bit of piriformis tightness or lower back issues, we will also discuss certain exercises with the lower back and with the piriformis as well. Long sitting hours, lack of mobility, a very sedentary lifestyle, and lack of moving the bodies in different manners can cause any of the muscles in the body to be tightened or any of the nerves to be irritated. Hence, certain stretches that we will see here can be done while you are sitting at your workplace, and when you inculcate these in your daily life, you shall notice that the whole body is feeling a lot more flexible and supple in the long run. The first and the most effective sciatic nerve floss is a lying down flossing of the sciatic nerve. We fold both our legs, hold one of the legs behind the thighs with our hands, and we just want to stretch our legs open, extend the leg as much as we can. If we can even bring the toes towards us and down, up and down. Do it as much as you can. If you can just open this much, that's okay. If you just open this much, that's okay. However much you can, do not push your limits. You can have the leg closer, or you can have the leg a little far, whatever is comfortable for you. It doesn't matter. When we do this, the nerve literally gets a flossing action, like a dental floss. Like that, you are flossing the nerve. You can repeat it with the other leg as well. If you have lack of time, you need to do just the affected side. As much as your leg opens, it need not open fully. As much as your body allows. That's the mantra. Eight to 10 times with each leg. If my pain is starting at my hip and not really at the lower back, and I constantly feel some tight sensation in the hip and that's going down, most likely the nerve is pressed or compressed around the piriformis muscle. So two very effective ways to release it. We'll make a fist with the hand, put it under the hip, under the bulk of the hip, knuckles up. We will put the hand under the hip such that the knuckles are digging inside the hip, and very simple, we will just roll our leg in and out. If you are not feeling any pressure here, maybe you have turned a little. You can lift yourself up, lie down straight so that your hip is nicely on the knuckles. Knuckles are digging in the hip and we roll our leg in and out. You can even fold and do this. Keep a chair for support for your foot. You might feel a little pain here where your knuckles are digging in the hip, but it's very good to release, and then you can just stay there with the hands underneath for a while. Let it dig. Alternatively, you can even place a small massage ball under the hip and do this if you don't want to place here. And the second one is a very classical piriformis muscle stretch. You might already be knowing it or must have done it. We fold the legs and fold one leg on the other such that the foot is on the knee. We will hold the thigh and bring it towards us as much as we can. This is where we feel a stretch. Do it as much as the body allows. One important consideration here is when we tend to bring the legs towards us, the head goes up like this in tension. Keep the head relaxed. Consciously relax your head and neck. Breathe in the posture, breathe into the stretch. Hold for a while, 15-20 seconds, maybe half a minute. Slowly come down, take the leg off. Repeat it on the other side. Foot on the knee, holding at the thigh, bringing the legs close to each other as much as your body allows. You don't have to go all the way up like that. Just bring your legs to a point where you feel a little stretch at the hip. Consciously relax the head and neck. That is something that's important, but we miss out on it. Breathe in the posture, feel the stretch, feel the release, and you may relax. The second nerve floss for the sciatic nerve is a seated nerve floss. We just sit almost at the edge of the chair so that the back is almost straight. Make sure you're not slouched like that. A very good thing to note if the sciatic nerve is compressed because of a disc is if you sit and you bend down for a while, you start getting a little pain here and the lower back. This is a test to know many times that the sciatic nerve is pressed here and not really at the hip. So you can try that out. But the second seated nerve floss is basically sitting almost at the edge of the chair, back more or less straight, not slouched like that. We sit straight. What we do is we take the leg up as much as we comfortably can, bring the toes towards us, take the head back. Bring the head down, foot down. And we'll do it together. Up, head up, toes towards us, down. Foot up, toes towards us, head back and down. You can continue for 7 to 8 times. Do it at your own pace. Don't need to be too slow or too quick with it. Always repeat on the other side, though we need to do only the affected side. No harm in doing the other side as well a few times. Even if you don't have sciatica pain, you can still do this. All nerves like flossing. The third one is a standing sciatic nerve floss. We put the affected leg up on a chair or a raised platform. If you cannot raise so much, if this thing is too high for you and you already start feeling a stretch or pain here, you can just put your leg like this on a staircase and do it. If you can, just stay here. If you're already feeling the stretch, just move the head up and down. After a few days, when you can, or if you still can, we stand, we bend forwards till we feel a stretch. Take the foot down, head down and be there. Head up, foot up, come back up. Bend forwards, foot down, toes pointing forwards, head is down. Come back up, down and up as much as you can. You feel a beautiful stretch here. We are flossing the nerve. Do it with the other leg. The fourth one is something that will help us release the muscle at the level of the hip, the piriformis muscle, by giving it a beautiful stretch. We'll start by folding one leg over the other. We can just place our hands on the legs, keeping the back straight. We will bend forward as much as we can till we feel a little stretch in the back. At the hip region, you might feel a little stretch. Don't overdo anything, stay there for a while. You can breathe in the posture. And slowly we can come back, bring the leg down, repeat it with the other leg, crossing it over the other hip, sit tall, keeping the back straight, bend forward till you feel a stretch at the side of the hip. Do not overdo. You can do it anytime at work, while you are sitting on a chair after a long meeting. It's also a beautiful hip opener. We can hold for about 15 seconds and relax. Can be done twice a day. So technically it's a myth that if you have sciatica, you need to just stretch the hamstrings, you need to stretch the piriformis, you need to floss the nerve. It's the nerve that's irritated, and that requires mobilization. Do this, and this shall really help you a lot. The lower back stretches, when added to the daily routine, they actually help us prevent lower back pain, disc herniation or sciatica from even coming in. Prevention is better than cure. You don't need a sciatica to do the exercises. If you don't have them, do this and you will not have them. Enjoy.